welcome to Shoeman's Model Shop. And what I'm going to do today is I've been working on the Eaglemoss Enterprise D, and as I was going to do kind of a build by build, basically here's how it works, here's how it goes together. But I started noticing that a lot of people are doing this one right now. So there's a bunch of videos on YouTube, so I thought, well, why kind of just rehash the same thing? So what I decided to do is just do some overviews as I'm working on the project, and if I'm doing something different, if I'm making modifications, I'll show those. If I'm doing something out of order, I'll show those and say why. So if you guys see that, you'll get an idea of why I'm doing that. So where I left off last time, I believe, was book 3. So so this is book 4. I'm going to show you what we had in book 4. Again, for those of you who don't remember, basically the book just goes ahead and it'll show you what they call stages. So each book has different stages. It shows you the stages and the parts, and then you get into the actual building of the parts. And then at the end they go through and they do basically a synopsis of every episode. These are fun to read because they tell you about who wrote it, why they wrote it, why they made changes, and so it's kind of fun to read those. So I like reading those. And that's kind of the book. What we did in stage 4 was basically we did a lot of work, and I wrap everything up in these shop towels because there is a paint job and it's pre-painted, and so you don't want to scratch the paint. And the paint looks nice. They've got the Aztecing. I don't see the Aztecing. It's kind of gray with a light blue, and it's harder. I think this camera does a really good job of bringing that out. And what we basically worked on this time was lighting. And what we did is we installed the windows. This model has lots and lots of windows. The Enterprise D has lots and lots of windows. So basically you spend most of your time putting in the windows. And you can see the ones up here. And then they kind of show up there. And then there's also a set here. Now, this is not a modification, but a change I made to building is when you originally build this, they want you to because what you do is you put in the windows and they have these, I guess, reflectors or deflectors so that the light reflects off, and I'll show you that when I plug it in. But what they do is they want you to put them also up here, so you have the deflectors and the lights. Well, the problem that when I watch, like for instance, Buckman's Model Mania, World from Wayne, a few other people, is that when they put the pieces in, the light parts where the lights come in point down. So they're down here. So when they did, because for whatever reason, and I don't know why Eaglemoss does what they do, they don't give you the shuttle bay doors. Because we have the shuttle bay doors here, and they don't give you those in this group of parts. I don't know when they get there, but eventually they do. So what they ended up doing was trying to fight to get the doors in, because there's a piece that a wiring piece that fits right over it, so they have to kind of work their way around it. So I thought, I'm just gonna wait. When I get the door pieces, I'll put those in, then I'll go ahead and put this part on and then finish that up. We also, in this book, we also went ahead and did the oops, let me get these out of the way. The impulse engine. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and plug these in because we do a lot of testing. And I'm going to go ahead and plug those in so you can see how those look. So we go over basically this is the test box. It has some batteries in it, and then they have these little circuit boards, and everything plugs into that. You can see how that lights. They light up very well. And again, once I get the other parts in, they'll light up here. You can see the windows. They have some blackouts, and then we can see the impulse engine here. Looks really nice. It's kind of blowing out in the camera, but it's got a nice look to it, and it looks really nice. There's one thing I want to kind of point out to you here is that if you look at next to these shuttle bays, there are windows. And of course they don't do anything with them because I think they're so small and they're just really in a bad place. They couldn't put them in there. So I'm just wondering if I don't, maybe later, is maybe you just want to put some little black paint in some of these as a blackout, or maybe just leave them alone so that they don't kind of stick out, because I mean they're easy to see, but I think when the whole thing is built you might not be able to see it, but I just haven't decided yet, but I might look into doing that. And if I do, I'll let you guys know that I've done that. And so now we're going to move on to what the next part of the build in the book was. So the next section in the book, and this has been probably an ongoing for a couple of books now, and it will be ongoing for more books, is building the saucer section, where we'll start laying out some of the pieces we've done. And it's huge. It's hard to see even on these cameras, even if they're pretty much zoomed out all the way. And all we're doing is basically we just basically will screw in these braces, and then I would imagine on the next pack, which would be 5, we'll get some more. So we'll fill out this saucer section, and then eventually we will go ahead and start putting in the pieces that go on it. Nothing really special here. It's pretty simple. Like I said, basically you get the screws, you put the screws in, you put these braces where they go, and the pieces all fit together. No, and that really pretty much was all that was in book 4. So thank you for watching. If you got any questions, please ask below. I'll answer them. Any comments? If you liked the video, give me a thumbs up and let me know what you think. Thanks, and have a good day.